What was the last horror game that truly got under your skin? Whether it's a relentless monster stalking you, or the eerie silence before something horrible happens, survival horror is at its best when it keeps your heart racing and your nerves on edge. This list brings you 12 unforgettable games that do exactly that, from mind-bending psychological nightmares to raw, terrifying survival scenarios. Some are brand new, others are modern classics you might have missed. If you're a fan of Fear Done Right, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of gaming horror at its finest. Number 1. Resident Evil Village. Resident Evil Village continues the story of Ethan Winters as he journeys into a nightmarish European village to rescue his kidnapped daughter. This installment masterfully blends gothic horror, action, and psychological dread. From the towering Lady Dimitrescu to the unsettling puppet house of Beneviento, each area is a terrifying and distinct experience. The game balances resource management with heart-pounding moments of survival, and its richly detailed environments add an eerie layer of immersion. It's a bold step forward for the series, while still honoring the classic Resident Evil formula, a perfect entry point for both new players and longtime fans. Number 2. Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 is a psychological survival horror masterpiece that digs deep into the human psyche and the blurred lines between fiction and reality. Switching between two protagonists, Alan Wake and FBI agent Saga Anderson, the game delivers a mind-bending narrative packed with suspense and cosmic horror. Remedy Entertainment creates an unsettling world drenched in shadows and storytelling layers that evolve as the game progresses. With haunting visuals, flashlight-based combat, and a tone that channels Stephen King and David Lynch, Alan Wake 2 is as terrifying as it is intellectually gripping. Number 3. Dead Space Remake. The 2023 Dead Space Remake reimagines the iconic 2008 sci-fi horror game with upgraded visuals, enhanced mechanics, and an expanded story. Set aboard the doomed USG Ishimura, players step into the boots of Isaac Clarke as he battles necromorphs, grotesque, reanimated corpses created by alien infection. The tension is relentless, the atmosphere claustrophobic, and the use of strategic dismemberment in combat creates a visceral, unforgettable experience. It stays faithful to the original while refining the pacing, lighting, and sound design to modern standards. It's a gold standard remake that brings one of horror's best back to life in terrifying fashion. Number 4. The Callisto Protocol. From the creators of Dead Space, the Callisto Protocol takes you to a prison colony on Jupiter's dead moon, where a viral outbreak has turned inmates into monstrous abominations. The third-person survival horror experience emphasizes brutal melee combat, cinematic presentation, and a chilling sci-fi atmosphere. The game's tight corridors, dim lighting, and grotesque enemy design crank up the fear, especially during close encounters where every blow counts. Though divisive at launch, updates and improvements have refined the experience, making it one of the most visually intense and nerve-wracking survival horror games in recent years. Number 5. Amnesia: The Bunker. In Amnesia: The Bunker, you're trapped in a World War I-era underground military facility, hunted by a monstrous, unpredictable entity. This entry in the Amnesia series introduces semi-open environments, limited resources, and a terrifying emphasis on player agency. You're armed with a noisy, crank-powered flashlight and must manage fuel, light, and noise carefully, or face the consequences. The dynamic AI-driven creature stalks your every move, forcing players into clever improvisation and constant fear. Its minimalist narrative and oppressive atmosphere make it one of the most dread-filled survival horror games of recent memory. Number 6. The Evil Within 2. The Evil Within 2 improves upon its predecessor in nearly every way, blending psychological horror, survival mechanics, and light open-world exploration. You play as Sebastian Castellanos, a detective trapped inside a simulated world searching for his daughter. The game's environments range from eerie suburban streets to surreal, blood-soaked nightmare realms. It expertly balances slow-burn tension with intense, action-packed set pieces. Crafting, stealth, and limited resources return, adding depth to the survival gameplay. The Evil Within 2 is a highly underappreciated gem that explores trauma, obsession, and identity through a deeply personal horror story. Number 7. Silent Hill 2. Enhanced Edition. Considered one of the greatest survival horror games of all time, Silent Hill 2 offers a chilling psychological descent into guilt and grief. You play as James Sunderland, drawn to the foggy town of Silent Hill after receiving a letter from his dead wife. Every monster, environment, and encounter reflects James's fractured psyche. While the original game is from 2001, The PC fan-made Enhanced Edition updates visuals, controls, and audio for modern players. Its pacing, atmosphere, and iconic monsters like Pyramid Head make it essential horror gaming. It's a quiet terror that burrows under your skin and never leaves. Number 8. Outlast Trials. Outlast Trials reimagines the infamous horror franchise as a co-op survival experience set in a Cold War-era mind control facility. You play as test subjects trapped in sadistic experiments, with each trial designed to mentally and physically break you. Unlike the original Outlast, which was strictly solo, Trials allows up to 4 players to experience the horror together, though it's no less terrifying. And limited tools to survive the nightmarish simulations. It's intense, gruesome, and filled with jump scares and psychological torment that linger long after each trial ends. Number 9. Signalis. Signalis is a love letter to classic survival horror with a distinctive sci-fi, retro-futuristic aesthetic. You play as Elster, a humanoid android searching for a lost partner in a derelict research facility filled with nightmarish machines and cryptic puzzles. Its top-down perspective, resource management, and inventory system harken back to Resident Evil and Silent Hill, while the narrative is layered with existential dread and symbolism. The game blends pixel art with 3D visuals in stunning ways, creating an oppressive, lonely atmosphere that draws players deeper into its tragic mystery. It's cerebral horror at its best. Subtle, eerie, and unforgettable. Number 10. Tormented Souls. Inspired by the golden age of survival horror, Tormented Souls offers fixed camera angles, creepy mansions, complex puzzles, and grotesque enemies. You play as Caroline Walker, investigating the disappearance of twin girls at an eerie, seemingly abandoned hospital. The game combines classic gameplay elements from Resident Evil and Silent Hill with modern visuals and tighter controls. It's unapologetically old school, but also atmospheric and engaging, with body horror and unsettling imagery at every turn. If you're nostalgic for the days of limited saves and healing items, Tormented Souls is a modern throwback that captures the genre's roots beautifully. Number 11. Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation is the ultimate test of nerves. Set 15 years after the original 1979 Alien film, you play as Amanda Ripley, daughter of Ellen Ripley, aboard a space station haunted by a relentless xenomorph. Unlike most horror games, the alien is unscripted. It hunts you with dynamic AI, reacting to your every move. With limited weapons and a focus on stealth, hiding becomes your primary means of survival. The game's sound design, atmosphere, and retro-futuristic visuals create an oppressive, heart-pounding experience that stays true to the original film. It's one of the best adaptations of cinematic horror in gaming. Number 12. Soma. From the creators of Amnesia, Soma takes you deep under the ocean in a haunting narrative-driven horror experience. You awaken in an underwater facility where something has gone horribly wrong, and the remaining robots may be more human than they seem. The horror here is existential, dealing with identity, consciousness, and what it means to be alive. While it trades jump scares for psychological depth, the atmosphere is thick with dread, and the story will leave you questioning everything. With its rich writing and minimal combat, Soma is a thinking person's horror game, haunting in the truest sense. Each of these games proves that survival horror is alive and more terrifying than ever. Whether you're into psychological thrillers, claustrophobic corridors, or being hunted with nowhere to run, there's something here that'll leave a mark. Which one creeped you out the most? Or are you brave enough to try them all? Let us know in the comments. And if you want more spine-chilling lists just like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always one step ahead of the next scare.